Now, October started on a fairly dismal note for fresh produce exporters and farmers in Kenya. They will be earning a lot less in coming months as new taxes on Kenyan exports to the European Union take effect. According to the Fresh Produce Exporters Association of Kenya, the delay in signing a new economic partnership agreement between the EU and the East African Community has left very little room for reprieve. Now, the two trade blocs essentially failed to reach an agreement over a new agreement in talks that they held in September. The interim EPA between them, signed in 2007, lapsed on the 30th of September. Kenya is the most vulnerable of the 5 EAC states since it's a lower middle-income economy. The other 4 are categorized as low-income economies. A different set of taxes therefore apply to them. Besides paying taxes to the EU under the generalized system of preferences for at least 4 months starting on the 1st of October, fresh produce exporters say they're already feeling the pinch of stiffer regulations introduced by the EU targeting chemical residue levels in cut flowers, fruits and vegetables exported from Kenya. Now, Edward Muriu is the team lead at MMC Africa Law. That's a Nairobi-based law firm. However, he's also a farmer and a stakeholder in the horticulture sector. It's in that capacity that he's with us in studio right now. Thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you.
What do you grow?
We grow a variety of products from chilies, beans, herbs, strawberries,
broccoli and so on and so forth.
Broccoli and so forth.
So, and the EU is your primary market?
Yes, EU is our primary market. A small market in Bahrain, a small market in South Africa, but EU is very, very key.
So what has happened to your margins now? Because obviously policymakers on both sides haven't signed an EPA. Do your prices then go up?
Absolutely. The prices have not gone higher, but what will happen is that we are trying to negotiate higher prices, and of course, with the current economic situation in Europe, the consumers are very, very resistant to take any increase in prices. So definitely, our products will become very unproductive.
So let me understand this straight. If you guys negotiate with, say, Tesco's, Sainsbury, whatever, they tell you, yeah, your taxes might be higher, but we're not willing to increase our prices at all. That's the message you're getting.
Yes. Yes, yes. So it has to absorb that cost. And
can you absorb that cost?
Unfortunately, no. Because you talk about margins of between 4 and 24%. Our profitability is almost equivalent. So any increase in exports will wipe out totally our profitability.
In your opinion, as a Kenyan farmer, should Kenya have negotiated for an EPA alone, aside from, instead of negotiating as part of the EAC?
Well, this is an economic block-to-block negotiations. So they have a number of restraints. They could not have gone alone and negotiate with EPA, with the European Union. But again, there are a number of things which you have necessitated them to decide to go on the side and say, look, my bloc partners are a bit resistant on a number of issues, but I'll be most affected if these kind of contracts are not signed. I think we are, as farmers, we feel they did not do enough to be able to protect the farmers.
What more should have been done by Kenyan authorities?
A couple of things. Number one, they would have engaged the European Union in a more deliberate manner, purely to cushion the Kenyan farmers and Kenyan exporters. Number two, of course, there are a number of things which we feel from the streets that may have made the situation worse. The fact that for the last 10-15 years, Kenya has been looking more into the east other than concentrating on the west, which has been its traditional trading partner. That has a lot of effect on where we are right now.
Final question to you. Total horticulture exports in the 8th of July were about 8% higher compared to the same period in 2013. Given what has happened with the EU, with these higher tariffs in place, will we close the year in terms of exports flat or lower than last year's export levels? Much
lower because our exports are more expensive. Therefore, they are now looking for alternative markets. Egypt, Morocco, Ethiopia, and West Africa. That's where they're heading to, and they will shun any produce from Kenya in particular.
Ouch, that does sound quite aggressive. Might this, of course, affect Kenya's exchange rate problem as well? Because the Kenyan shilling has been weakening of late, and if your income in terms of euros and dollars is dropping, surely that will have a ripple effect rather on the Kenya dollar rate.
The worst is yet to come because the horticulture, floriculture has been bringing about 70 billion in foreign currency. Currently, we expect that to come down drastically in the next maybe 3 to 6 months. And of course, the dollar to and the euro to the Kenya shilling will go up. We talk about 95. That's what we're heading to, because again, appreciate the tourism is down, coffee and tea is down. So the only other remaining foreign exchange earner was horticulture and floriculture. That one is heading now to now heading down again. So I mean,
the writing is on the wall, and it's
yes,
going to be a bad year.
You can guess what I'm.
All right, we'll have to see what happens then. Thank you very much for your time this evening.
You're welcome.
We've been talking to Muriu. He's the team lead at MMC Africa Law. He's also a horticulture farmer right here in the studio. Quick